everything that I put in, all the sacrifices that I've made, it just disappeared tomorrow, I would still be in the same position as those people that never tried. I got off a call with one of my guys from my hometown, right? And he was basically saying, like, I've been seeing you for 2 years. I've been seeing you putting in the inputs in every single day for 2 years. And, the journey, right? The journey and just watching you grow every single day was just, it was kind of inspiring. And it kind of reminded me of, how many people I've kind of helped, just documenting my journey, right? And one thing, right, I know I post a lot of like Amazon content. I post a lot of like, I post a lot of value, like how you could start and scale an Amazon business and everything. And, I've gotten a lot of feedback, good stuff on that. But I feel like one of the most important things when it comes to business and some things that I had to understand was really understanding that having an input, if your goals are focused on outputs, right? You're like, I want to make I want to make $50,000 per month, right? But you don't have, a goal. If you don't have an agenda of how much input you're going to put in every single day. And one thing that changed everything for me, right? I've been in online business for 2.5 years now, right? I'm not close to where I want to be right now. But one thing that changed everything for me was just putting in inputs in every single day. It doesn't matter about the output. If I showed up every single day, I spent X amount of money on products. If I showed up every single day, I got X amount of calls. If I put in the inputs that I need to put in every single day, and I detach myself from the results, because at the end of the day, we can't control how much money we're going to make. We can't control if Amazon's going to take our account down. We can't control how many products we're going to find. We can't control that. So why would I put my time and energy into something that I can't control? And understanding that, right, it just became so much easier. The journey became so much more enjoyable because all I was focused on was input-based goals. I reshaped the whole way I was thinking. I was thinking, how am I going to hit $50,000 per month? Instead of hitting $50,000 per month, I was saying, in order to hit $50,000 per month, I'm going to need to spend $1,000 to $2,000 on profitable inventory every single day, wake up early, make sure I had become the $50,000 version of myself before the money actually comes. And that's what I feel like a lot of people, right, just don't really talk about. People come to me and have over-analysis paralysis. How do I get ungated? How do I do all this? What business model should I start? Guys, none of that stuff matters if you don't start, right? When I first started Amazon FBA, right, I didn't know anything. I was making mistakes. I was losing money. I wasn't even profitable for my first month, second month. But what I did was I kept putting in inputs in every single day, even when I wasn't sure if I was going to succeed or not, because I understood the risk of not taking a risk. I understood the cost of not trying, right? People come up to me, I get on calls with these guys and be like, hey, Faraj, I want to get started, man. I've been seeing your content for so long. I've been seeing your content for 6 months, 8 months to the year. I'm seeing Bach. I'm seeing all these guys hit their $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 months. And I kind of think, I'm like, it's been 6, 7 months. People have built a business already. It's been 6, 7 months already. People have already built businesses, right? I've had one of my mentees, Zach, he obviously joined, but he was quoting people that have already joined. He was quoting RJ. He was like, I was here when RJ joined Two Nice Profits and he was at 5K. Now RJ's at $60,000 per month, right? And one thing you guys have to understand, right? One concept that drives me every single day is right, I kind of think, what if I didn't try, right? What if I just, just watch all these other people? What if I just, went the average college life, drifting every weekend, learn a normal job, right? Not lose money, not lose sleep, not be working 10, 12-hour days. And I would always reflect, right, on kind of, the next 10, 15 years, me when I'm 30, 35, working a job that I hate, thinking with all responsibilities, maybe I have kids, maybe I have something, and I'm thinking, what if I took that risk at 20? What if I started that business at 20, right? What if at 22 I started? What if I'm at 25, right? I just graduated college. Instead of going into the job that's always going to be there, right? Instead of, not hanging out with those friends that go out every single night, it's not going anywhere. Those bars, those clubs, it happens every weekend, right? What if I just sacrificed for 3 to 6 months to a year to change the trajectory of my life, right? What if I did that? And that drives me every single day, because what if I went harder, right? Obviously right now, this online business opportunity, right, it's changing people's lives, right? I've had people come in and build 6-figure businesses in 5 to 6 months that didn't know anything about Amazon. And I just want to you guys obviously know, if you guys subscribe to the channels, you guys have multiple watch hours on here. You guys know the business model enough. I have people quoting my YouTube videos, people quoting. I'm like, bro, you have all the information. Why haven't you gotten started yet? Right? And it's kind of frustrating because there's only two hurdles that you have to get over. Once you get over these hurdles, I promise you there's nothing else. It's starting and staying consistent. Once you see proof of concept, you're going to get addicted. But the hardest part is starting. So if you were to take one thing from this video, please guys, I promise you guys start. Because in 6 months, let's just say the worst case scenario happens. You lose a couple $100, you lose a couple $1,000, you're going to be in the same position as you were if you didn't start. Let's just say right now, all the 2.5 years of work, everything that I put in, all the sacrifices that I've made, it just disappeared tomorrow, I would still be in the same position as those people that never tried. And just thinking about it, once I understood the actual risk of not taking a risk, once I've understood that, I've never doubted myself, not even once. I've enjoyed the journey even more, right? Once I've understood that, I've fallen in love with the process. I don't care how much money, I don't care 50, 75. Obviously, I'm setting these goals, but I'm only focusing on what I can control. I'm only focusing on putting in inputs in every single day. Showing up. I get dopamine. My dopamine is how consistent I can stay every single day. How many good habits I can build every single day. How many people I can scale 10, 50. How big I can scale 2 nice profits to. That is my dopamine, right? And that once you fall in love with the process, once you start putting in inputs in every single day, it's going to be impossible to fail, because then it's just a matter of time, right? It's impossible to not get a big chunk of your goal when you put input-based goals every single day and you don't put your emotions on the output, because we cannot control the output. Understanding that if you try for 6 months, 12 months, right? Best case scenario, right? You have a 6-figure business, you're scaling, you could quit your job, you have that freedom to do whatever you want, whenever you want, right? Worst case scenario, you're going to be in the same position that you've already been. Worst case scenario, the job is still going to be there. Those friends that are out at the bars every single day, they're still going to be there, right? So understanding that, right? Understanding how important it is to put input-based goals. After understanding this, right? I'm genuinely curious, why would we not start? The most profitable time of the year is coming up. Generational money will be made. You're seeing all these people on the internet making thousands of dollars every single day. I don't know about you guys. 2 years ago, that's the only reason I started. I seen these guys, I'm doom scrolling. I have my phone, I'm just doom scrolling. I'm seeing all these people living my dream life. They're my age, right? And once I understood that, I looked at them and I didn't look at them. I didn't cope. I didn't look at them and be like, oh man, he probably has rich parents, or oh man, just so much BS excuses. I didn't do that. All I did, I took that as inspiration. I was like, if they could do it, I can do it. Same thing with Sadiq. Same thing with one of my mentees, Sadiq. He's at $50,000 per month. He's profiting $12,000 to $15,000. Profit every single day. He's going to quit his job at Target today. The only reason he started was because he's from my hometown. He's seen me, another Somali person. He's seen me scale my business to multiple 6 figures in profit. He looked at me. He was like, if Faraj can do it, I can do it. That's the only way he started. And I'm telling you guys right now, if I can do it, I graduated with a 2.4 GPA. If I can do it, you guys can 100% do it. But guys, that's pretty much the end of the video. If you guys just get started, right? I mean, the most profitable time of the year is coming up. If you guys been subscribing, right, for 6 months, 8 months, you've watched the whole journey, you've seen the growth, you've seen all the mentee results, I'm not even going to pitch 2 nice profits. Literally just start. I promise you guys, it's going to change the trajectory of your life.